Frog and Toad sat on the porch. It was a fine morning. "I am bored," said Toad. "So am I," said Frog. They decided to go for a walk. They did not have a plan. They walked past the old willow tree. They walked past Mouse's garden. Suddenly, Rabbit jumped out of the bushes. He startled Frog and Toad. Toad swung his walking stick. Rabbit fell to the ground. He did not get up. "Oh dear," said Frog. "Oh no," said Toad. They looked at Rabbit. He was very still. Frog and Toad stared at each other. "Is he?" whispered Toad. Frog nodded. Neither of them said another word. "We must hide the body," said Frog. "Yes," said Toad. They dragged Rabbit behind the willow tree. They covered him with leaves and mud. Frog washed his hands in the stream. Toad tried not to cry. "We cannot tell anyone," said Frog. "No one must ever know," agreed Toad. But Toad could not sleep that night. He thought of Rabbit. He thought of the woods. He worried Frog would tell. Frog, too, was nervous. He watched Toad from the window. He did not trust Toad. "Toad will tell," thought Frog. The next day, Toad made tea for Frog. He smiled, but his hand shook. Frog sniffed the tea and frowned. "It tastes strange," said Frog. His stomach turned. He rushed outside and was sick in the garden. It was poison, thought Frog. Frog knew that Toad had to be dealt with. That night, Frog crept into Toad's house. Toad was asleep in bed. Frog pressed a pillow over Toad's face, but Toad woke up and kicked him away. Frog and Toad wrestled on the floor. They shouted and threw cushions and slippers. Finally, they lay on the rug, tired and sore. "We are not good at this," said Toad. They sat in silence for a long time. Then Frog said, "Let's promise to stick together." "Yes," said Toad. "We will never tell." They shook hands in the dark. The next morning, there was a knock at the door. It was the police. "We found Rabbit," said the chief. "And we found your footprints." Frog and Toad looked at each other. "It was Toad's idea," said Frog. "Frog did it," cried Toad. Frog and Toad sat in their cell. They stared at the wall. "We are terrible criminals," said Toad. "Yes," said Frog. "Terrible indeed."